He did, and that's fine. I went out of my way to troll him a little bit now. You want to fight? Come on. I mean, I ain't tripping. You ain't got to troll me. Come see me. That's who I am. I don't do talk well, you know?
Have you heard anything from him or anybody in the camp?
No, I ain't heard nothing yet, but they know where I'm at, and they know how to find me.
I mean, you think there's a possibility, Roy? Like,
choosing people have opinions. It's cool too. I got opinions, and I'm allowed to say my opinions or speak my opinions. And if somebody was trying to send me a subliminal message, it worked. Because if you want to prove that you're better than me, I'm always better. Wide open, ready to go. It's called.
Well, Roy Jones said that, of course, Floyd made more money than him, but he's the greater fighter of the two.
No. Floyd backed up everything. No. Floyd's a better fighter between the two. Better skills, more technique, the discipline, everything else.
Okay, one for Floyd.
The feud between Floyd Mayweather and Roy Jones Jr. is no longer just trash talk. It's heading to the ring as both legends take their shots to a dangerous new level. After Mayweather trolled him, Jones fired back by calling for a fight, and now Floyd has agreed to settle it later this year.
Move around, do what he want to do, he's going to beat you because he's very explosive and he's very mean.
I was going to say mean, too.
To me, people don't give him enough credit. People always say, well, Floyd would beat Sugar. No, baby, Floyd is not as nearly as mean as Sugar was.
You don't think he would have beat him?
How? How you going to keep him off of him? Right. Sugar is a dog. Yeah. Just because his name Sugar don't mean nothing. Yeah. Sugar is a dog.
On the June 17th episode of the All the Smoke Fight podcast with Andre Ward, Roy Jones Jr. boldly claimed that Sugar Ray Leonard would have embarrassed Mayweather. If they had fought in their primes, everyone acts like Floyd would beat Sugar. Nah, man, Floyd ain't got that killer in him like Sugar. Don't be fooled by the name Sugar was savage. He was a beast. Jones said, I respect Floyd, cool guy, but beating Sugar, he'd need a miracle.
Your own opinion, and I'm glad that Roy Jones feels that way about himself. Every fighter that's gave the sport of boxing their whole life and sacrificed a lot inside that square circle, they should feel that way. So if he feels that way, more power to him.
Jones added that unless Floyd completely changed his style, he wouldn't survive. What Floyd's done to regular fighters won't cut it against Sugar. That man had heart. Real heart. We think Floyd got heart. Now we ain't seen him tested. Sugar, we've seen his heart. He's proven. Those jabs clearly got under Floyd's skin. He clapped back on July 6th with viral Instagram stories, showing Roy getting knocked out in old fights.
I would not be able to take credit for beating Pacquiao after he got knocked out by Marquez because that's not the same Pacquiao.
Of course.
That's not the Pacquiao at the top of his game.
Yeah, of course.
But in society today, we'll call that person the best fighter ever. When that's not how that goes. That's not reality.
Roy didn't stay quiet either. On July 9th, he shot back on Instagram with a post-titled public service announcement. He told fans, look, I know y'all love boxing and I know people talk their talk, but I got every right to say what I say. And if someone was trying to send me a slick message, it worked. If you want to prove you're better than me, I'm wide open. Just call me.
Respect the Floyd 50-0, or is it like?
You gotta respect anything a person does and stay undefeated that long. So I respect it to a degree, yeah. Is it a 50-0 that I think, oh, he the greatest fighter all the time? Nah. Chavez was 80-0 at one point. 80. He could have retired at 80-0. You go up top that? No.
There's no guessing who Roy's PSA was aimed at, and with Floyd expected to accept, we're likely about to see the retired legends settle their score in the ring. Boxing rarely gets this kind of drama from legends after retirement. One fan couldn't help but laugh, saying, Roy should have known better. Floyd always gets the last word. And based on how sharp Mayweather's clapbacks still are, that statement might be spot on.
Explains why Floyd and he were so different.
We stood for two different things. He was a social media blowout. He blew it away. You feel me? And that fit his character because he could do it, and do things the way he did. He was smarter. I wanted to play King of the Hill. He didn't care to play King of the Hill. He wanted to play King of the...
Another fan didn't hold back in Floyd's defense, saying, Floyd never got knocked out or even dropped in, and he never popped 30 for Pez. Roy did. For context, Roy tested positive for androstenedione after his light heavyweight fight with Richard Hall in 2000.
Favorite fighter ever. He's my favorite fighter ever. You guys know I was a huge fanboy and all those things. I've said it repeatedly. But if they were to fight, I'll be rooting on Floyd Mayweather, man. I can't. Listen, regardless of how many times I've criticized Floyd and his...
Some fans are tired of Roy's digs at Floyd altogether. Roy's been taking shots at Floyd for years. One user wrote, while Roy might not personally hate Floyd, his views on boxing don't line up with Mayweather's at all. Another fan even went as far as to say Roy's just trying to stay relevant because he's going broke.
I think he's a nice guy. Floyd Mayweather added in Roy Jones Jr.
I mean, look, once a fighter, always a fighter. Look, if you're going to attack Floyd's character, he's going to attack you back. That's just the bottom line. It's like with me and Berlanga. If you're going to try to attack, like with me, I'm just having fun. Because I can't.
Even if fans aren't thrilled about a Mayweather versus Jones exhibition, it's guaranteed to be a moneymaker. One sarcastic fan sided with Jones. Roy should have taken easy fights like Floyd did. Then he'd be TBE. But let's not forget Floyd. Fought killers like Canelo, Pacquiao, Maidana, Marquez, Cotto, Mosley, and De La Hoya. That wasn't a walk in the park.
Because he did a great job, but he did it for himself, and it worked for him. But everybody now wants the Mayweather concept. Because Mayweather made so much money, staying undefeated, waiting till the right time to fight Pacquiao, fighting the right people to fight at the right time, he monopolized the business. But the problem was, it only made him money.
Before calling out Floyd, Roy went in hard during a recent interview, saying Mayweather doesn't belong anywhere near the GOAT conversation. If you think Ollie wasn't the GOAT, you might as well spit in my face. He said, "You disrespect Ollie, you disrespect me." To Jones, greatness isn't just about a perfect record, it's about sacrifice, cultural impact, and the courage to stand up like Ollie did during the Vietnam War. That, Roy says, is real greatness.
If you want it, what's your final message to Floyd?
You already know.
You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. I was born that way.
That's it.
Ain't nothing no ever change.
You can knock him out. Your prime versus his prime, you were way better, right?
You got an X?
Are you gonna get an exhibition before that or something?
Mayweather, proud owner of a flawless 50-0 record with names like Pacquiao, De La Hoya, and Canelo on his resume, has long called himself TBE the best ever. But in 2024, he stirred more debate by throwing shade at Ollie for losing to Leon Spinks, who had just 7 pro fights. Ollie's a legend, Floyd said, but I never lost my belt to a rookie. Roy wasn't impressed. Floyd didn't respond directly, but he did post more knockout clips of Roy. No caption needed.
Right, Roy calls out Floyd Mayweather, and this ain't a good look. I mean, come on, man. Roy addicted to the game like Jordan Payton. Roy need to go sit down, man. And Floyd Mayweather don't fight black fighters, even in exhibitions, dude. He ain't trying to fight nobody melanated. Go on, sit down, Roy. I know it's a bad...
The message couldn't be louder. Floyd talks with clips and shade, not press conferences. This war is no longer just about boxing, it's about what greatness really means. Is it records and defense, or legacy, activism, and influence? Whatever. Side you're on. One thing's clear, this beef ain't going anywhere. Jake Paul was asked about it on July 8th and didn't hesitate. Roy's the legend. Bro, you can't come for Roy like that. When asked who was better in their primes, Paul added, Roy was next level in his prime. Floyd stayed sharp his whole career, but Roy was just different.
Of his fights getting knocked out, what do you think about that?
Nah, Roy's the legend, bro. You can't come for Roy like that.
Now, who do you think was better in their prime? Roy or Floyd?
I would say Roy was better during the prime, but Floyd just stayed consistent.
Not everyone's picking sides, though. Manny Pacquiao jumped in with a strong take on the growing fight between Roy and Floyd. After Roy praised Sugar Ray over Mayweather on the All the Smoke fight podcast, and Floyd hit back with more. Coke clips, Pacquiao chose to stay neutral. Speaking of fight hype, he said, "We shouldn't compare. As long as we've done something to inspire fans, that's what matters."
Who's the better fighter in their prime?
look, in their prime, I mean, I got to give it up to both guys, but, I mean, look, we're retired, man. Let's keep this fighting thing for the young bucks, you know?
But you fought Floyd, you fought him, so you know firsthand, you know his talent. But Roy in his prime, when he was like Superman before the knockouts, before everything.
Pacquiao stressed that legends should stand on their own merits, not be stacked up like trophies. He told Fight Hype again, "I don't like this ranking stuff," making it clear that respect matters more than rivalry. To him, boxing greats should inspire, not get dragged into messy comparisons. It's a view that reflects Pacquiao's deeper belief that the spirit of the sport is bigger than egos.
Most fighters aren't afraid to fight nobody if they're gonna get paid for it properly. The problem is, you don't want to take a $5 million fight and you only gonna get $50,000 for it, because if you lose it, that's almost the end of the day for you. Why would you put yourself on the line for that? It makes common sense what people do. It made sense what Floyd Mayweather did.
Recently, Pacquiao took a not-so-subtle dig at Mayweather's materialism, saying, "I pity him for choosing wealth over spiritual wealth." At 46, Pacquiao is preparing for a comeback against Mario Barrios on July 19, 2025, not just to fight, but to lead by example. His calm but pointed words to Roy show he's aiming to guide boxing's future, not stir up drama. While Floyd flexes his cash, Manny leans into faith, family, and legacy.
Roy and Floyd going back and forth. I just talked to him. Floyd was really worked up. I mean, Roy was really worked up about it. What do you think, Andre?
They fighters, man. Okay, we're going this way.
They fighters. Isn't that the biggest fight in boxing today? Like, if that would have really happened, you think it could happen?
Watch out, Andre can still throw hands now. Don't mess with him like that.
They fighters, bro.
Roy said he could do.
Roy Jones Jr. and Floyd Mayweather Jr. are both legends, no doubt. They each dominated their eras and sparked the never-ending debate over who's truly the GOAT. Mayweather, with his untouched 50-0 record, dazzled with unmatched defense and controlled every second in the ring. His PPV numbers are legendary, holding for the 5 top-selling events in boxing history.
Roy Jones Jr.
Floyd Mayweather, anybody else that wants to smoke the Roy Jones, you know damn well they can get in on. Has there ever been a fight? That's one thing that's different from Roy. That's the difference between Roy and Floyd. Floyd picked who he fought. Roy fought whoever the fuck came. He's my legend. So don't get me fucked. He already tough.
But Jones isn't buying the hype. In a no-nonsense interview with Real Life Productions, he flat out said Mayweather isn't the GOAT. Jones, known for being slick and vicious, made history as the first man in a century to win world titles from middleweight to heavyweight. He ruled for divisions and beat legends like James Toney, Bernard Hopkins, and Antonio Tarver with a flashy style fans love.
I 50-0 that I think, oh, he the greatest fighter all the time. Nah, Chavez was 80-0 at one point. 80. He could have retired at 80-0. You go ever top that? No. He just didn't stop, right? You got to 50 and you stopped because of Rocky Marciano.
Right.
So Rocky died.
Mayweather wrapped up his career with a perfect record and titles in 5 weight classes, plus the cleanest defense in boxing. He also stacked more cash than nearly anyone in the sport's history. But when asked again by Real Life Productions if that made Floyd the GOAT, Jones didn't hesitate. No, he explained that going 50-0 is nice, but it doesn't top Julio Cesar Chavez going 80-0. You think 50 is great. Chavez hit 80. Top that. Floyd stopped at 50 to match Rocky Marciano. But Rocky didn't stop by choice, he died. He might have kept going too.
Versus Floyd Mayweather beef. Now, we all know Floyd was showing the videos of Roy Jones getting knocked the hell out. And I said, where the hell did this come from? Why he do him like that? Well, it stems from Roy, we all know.
Jones also had a big problem with Floyd's final fight, a TKO over UFC's Conor McGregor. In his boxing debut, that says it all. The GOAT debate will rage on, fueled by these two legends and their polar opposite careers. On the same show, Floyd was asked about Roy saying he deserves the TBE title more than anyone. Floyd's response, everyone's allowed their opinion. If Roy feels that way about himself, more power to him. Every fighter who sacrificed their life to boxing should feel like the best.
Pretty, and I don't know if people realize this, Roy. Your first 50 fights, you didn't get beat, you got DQ'd. Had you been 50-0, would you have stopped?
After I won the heavyweight title and went back down and beat Tarver that first time, I would have stopped right there. But it was in my DNA, it was in It never.
Floyd then talked about the infamous Canelo fight, saying the catchweight wasn't even his idea. Canelo thought I was scared and offered to fight at 152. I called his bluff. He made weight at 152 or maybe 152 and a half, then came in close to 170. I came in at 151 or 152. That's just facts. Look it up, it's out there.
I am who he's the best of that group. Bud is in a group above him. Bud don't need to come back down to 47 to meet him. That's crazy. Why would he? Bud looking to try to make history and get out. Get his big bank and get out. His big bank is who? Canelo. He willing to take that gamble, see if he can beat him. If he beats him, because now we probably could have got 3 good fights out of it. You understand me? But because we waited too long, the problem what people don't understand is tomorrow's not promised to nobody. Guess what? We fortunate that we saw the fight. Because to be honest with you, Earl came back from dead and made it back and fought this fight.
Still, Floyd gave Roy some flowers. Roy's a beast. He's done so much for boxing. I'm proud of him. Floyd's legacy is stacked undefeated, 5-division champ, millions made, and still sharp. He's earned the nickname TBE not just for skill, but for building an empire while never losing his edge.
Nobody said that. When they were both occupying boxing at the same time, Floyd wasn't sniffing his jockstrap. And I'm talking about Pretty Boy Floyd and Roy. You can't even argue that because we were there. I was there watching both of them. No one mentioned Floyd with Roy. It's not like they're 2 different eras and you can't compare them. They were being compared and it wasn't even a question.
But even with all his success, not everyone is buying into Floyd's ghost story. Some think his resume is spotless, but hollow. And that's it for now. For more boxing drama, fights, and legends clashing, subscribe to our YouTube and turn on the bell so you don't miss a moment. Until next time, peace.